Hello students, welcome back. This is Dr. Mercado. This is course orientation part 3, dealing with Cengage. This is the last orientation video that you're going to be listening to. Now in this particular video, we are going to cover what is Cengage, how to create your account in Cengage so you can begin working on your assignments, how to access Cengage, go over your assignments, your Cengage gradebook, and the resources available in Cengage, okay? Now I do want to remind students that the learning platform Cengage is very separate from Blackboard. So if you are having issues or difficulties with Cengage, see now, which is what we're going to be learning, using in this class, we do have a phone number that you can contact. It's 1-800-354-9706. They also do have a chat feature available sometimes depending on the hour of the day. You can use that. You can chat with them. But just know you can open up a case with them. That way you are familiar with the different resources. If you are having, maybe you're getting an error message with Cengage. Now I do want to emphasize if you are using a Mac computer, okay, and this happens every semester. If you are using a Mac computer, more than likely you are going to have issues to set it up. If you are using a Mac computer and you're getting some kind of error message when you click on any of the links, you will be required to contact Cengage support. This is the phone number, so they can assist you in setting up your device. Now for Apple devices, it's a little bit more complicated than a regular device. So please just be cautious that if you do have an Apple device, you will more than likely have to contact Cengage so they can assist you in setting it up correctly, okay? Now, let's jump over to Blackboard, okay? So when we go into Blackboard, we're going to have our summer courses. And like I said, you can just pick any of the classes that you're going to be working on. Now, for Cengage, I recommend students purchase the Cengage Unlimited option. If you're taking multiple classes where you will be using Cengage, that is phenomenal because you only get to pay one fee of, I believe, last semester it was $129.99. So for $130 basically, you get to get material for all of your classes, okay? So it's just a one-time fee, and this is only if it's a Cengage course to where the instructor is using Cengage as the learning platform, okay? But I have several students that are registered in 2 or 3 of my classes. If that is the case for the summer session, then you just have to pay the fee once, and then automatically you get enrolled into the other classes, okay? Now, under the Start Here folder, you will find some links regarding at the very bottom dealing with Cengage. The first is Cengage Resources for Students. This was developed just for South Texas College students. Now, Cengage offers a variety of resources. We have MindTab, WebAssign, CNow, OWL, SAM, and the ebook. Okay. In our class, we're going to be using the CNow V2. So this is the link. If you need help on how to access it, you click the CNow V2 link. Okay. And then you will have step by step, you have a short video on it, and then you're going to have step-by-step instructions on how to access your course in Blackboard. So they've done all of the work for you, okay? So this is available to you along with a video, okay? And you can find that under the Start Here folder at the bottom, Cengage Resources, okay? You also have the CNow V2 Help for Students. Okay, this is another link that you have, how to use Cengage Now. They've got videos, and then they've got support information and a whole bunch of other videos that will help you along the way. Okay, so just make sure that you review and explore these resources. Okay, so what happened is you're already done. You've already listened to the 3 orientation videos. You are ready to begin working on your assignments. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go to your week 1 folder. Okay. And let's say you want to begin working on your Cengage tutorial, okay? Now what you need to do is you're only going to set up your account once. Once you set it up, then the system will automatically know it's you, and then it'll automatically allow you in, okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change to student preview. Let me see what it does. I don't know what it's going to do because I already have an account with Cengage. I don't know if it'll allow me to create a student account, but let me see what it does for me when I switch over to my student view. Okay, so let's say I go to week 1, chapter 1, and I want to work on my Cengage tutorial assignment. That's the first thing. Well, first you read and then you do your tutorial. Okay, If you see here, it says to launch. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and launch it. Let's see what it does for us. Okay, so it's welcoming you to Cengage. This is the textbook that we're going to be using. It says payment is required. Now you have several options. If you purchased the access code from the bookstore, or you are at a high school and they gave you the code, then you click here and it says enter your access code. Okay, so you're going to enter that code that you have on that piece of paper, and then you're going to set up your account. Okay. If you want to purchase it with your debit or credit card, you do continue. Okay, it'll take you to a different screen. If you want to use your temporary access, that will give you access for 1 week for free. Okay, I recommend that you use the temporary access. Now, a lot of students say, Miss, my financial aid hasn't kicked in. Then there is no excuse. You can begin working on your assignments from day one with your temporary access. Okay, so you have those three options. You enter your code, you use the temporary access, or if you want to purchase it, you purchase it just by continuing it. Let's see what it gives us here. Okay, so now it gives you the options of what you want to do. Okay, you want to buy it. Okay, so you have the option of buying the electronic book for $149. Okay, or okay, it gives you the access, one-term access for $149, or you can get the Cengage Unlimited, which this is the most affordable option and the best option. Let's say you're taking Introduction to Accounting and Payroll and Business Principles. You're taking 3 classes. We all use Cengage. Then you just pay $129.99, and that will give you access to all of the 3 classes. Okay, now one term is 4 months. If you know you're going to be using it for the entire year, then maybe you want to do the 2 terms, which is for the 12-month access for $200. So for $70 more, you'll get access to the entire year of Cengage products for $200. Okay, so that is up to you whether you want to do the 1 term or the 2 terms. Okay, so you go ahead and you do that, and then you just buy it, and it'll prompt you to enter your debit or credit card information, your email, your username, and all of that stuff. Okay, so that is what you have to do to access it. Either enter your code, buy it with a debit card, or access your temporary access. Okay, the temporary access will give you access to the book, the learning platforms, everything for 1 week time frame. Okay, so of course I already have my account created. It knows it's me, and it's going to take me into the course. Okay, so I cannot show you the step by step because, like I said, I am the instructor. But if you go into the Cengage resources for students, you will find screenshots. You do see now V2. You will find screenshots of how to do it. You click on any of the Cengage links. And it's going to ask you to locate the course, and then this is the page where we had it, where we had to buy it or use the temporary access. Okay, so all of that information is available to you here. Something very important that I had forgotten to mention. Please make sure that you disable your pop-up blockers. If your pop-up blockers are not disabled, the system will not allow you to exit Blackboard and enter Cengage. So make sure that you disable your pop-up blockers, and there's instructions here on how to do that for the specific different devices. Okay, if you want to download Cengage on your mobile app, this is the information for doing so. And if you need any questions or any support, you've got the information down here to access the support. You've got chat support, phone support. All of the support services are available to you here. Okay, so there's a lot of information available to you so you can navigate it. Okay, so like I said, Cengage is a learning platform. It is separate than Blackboard. In accounting, we use it because it allows us the option to be able to create different assignments, self-grade assignments, provide feedback, prompt feedback. As soon as you complete the assignment, you'll have automatic feedback. It provides very useful information, real life information, data analysis, data analytics, Excel components, different projects, general ledger software systems. It just has a magnitude of resources for students to be able to use. Things that we would not be able to create manually ourselves. These are professionals creating and developing all of these different problems that tie to industry, that tie to what's going on every day in our life, using the technology that is needed, whether it be Excel or a general ledger system. Okay, so we will be using that. I go in there and I manually create the assignments for the students. I select the content, I make modifications to it. Okay, so the course is built by me. It's not built by Cengage. Cengage just gives us a list of resources and we go out there and we develop our assignments, our exams, things of those nature. Okay, now the majority of our problems are algorithmic, which means every student will have a different set of problems. That is to defer any kind of cheating or compromising any credibility to the assessments. Okay, so Cengage is a learning platform outside of Blackboard that we are going to be using heavily in this class. Okay. Now, the first time that you log into Cengage, you just select any of the links in your week 1 folder, and let me go ahead and move that up. Okay. And you're going to go to your week 1 folder. You're going to just select any of the assignments, whether it be the Cengage tutorial, the quiz, or the homework. The first time it'll ask you to create your account. After that, you just click on the link and it will take you directly to Cengage. Okay, let me go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and let me go into another class just so we can see that they're the same. Okay, the same structure, just different content. Okay. So I'm going to exit the student view. That way I can access to the actual assignments because right now when I am creating these videos, it's before the semester begins. So there is no active assignments as of today. But I've created everything already ahead of time. And I want to show you how the assignments look. Okay. So let me do chapter 2 because chapter 1 is very like an overview. So let's do chapter 2. Okay. Let's assume that we're going to work on week 1, chapter 2. Okay, we review the module overview to make sure that we understand what we're going to be doing for this week. What are we going to be learning? So chapter 2 deals with analyzing transactions. Okay, we're going to do a quiz and a homework due on June the 9th. This is my PowerPoints and this is my video that I'm going to listen to before I begin working on my assignments. Okay, once I do that, then I can begin working on my assignments. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to select my chapter 2 reading. Okay, that is going to take me to the ebook. Okay, so you can read the ebook and become familiar with the content. Okay, okay, so it's loading. Okay, so it's telling you chapter 2 reading. This is not a graded assignment. I do not grade reading. It is just made available to you as a resource. We're going to start the assignment. Click here to begin. And then it's going to take you to Mind tab. This is where the ebooks are housed, okay? And then we have chapter 2. You can select any of the sections that you want to do or read. Let's say you're working on creating a balance sheet and you're only interested in that, then you just click this section and it'll take you to that specific section, okay? But this is the first time I'm introduced to the chapter, so I'm going to begin at the very top. Chapter introduction, and we've got all of this wonderful information. You've got arrows to the left and to the right. That way you can go front and back. Okay, and then once I'm done reading, I will begin scrolling to the next page and the next page, and it'll keep on going until we finish the chapter. Okay, now we also have some wonderful features that you might want to explore. Let's say, for example, your native language is not English. You have difficulty speaking English. Maybe you want to use the reader.
Owner's equity. Owner's equity is the amount by which the business assets exceed the business liabilities. Other terms used for owner's
So if you see, it's going to read to you and it's going to highlight what it's reading. That way you can follow along. So you've got the reading component. You can make the letters bigger or smaller depending on how you like them. You can print a couple of pages. You've got access to the full book here. If you want to make notes or notations, you can do that here. Highlight, put notes on the actual ebook. You can do that as well. So if you find something important, you can just highlight it. Okay. And this shows areas that I've highlighted. I'll go back and I'll show you what is it that you've highlighted. So if you want to highlight, just go ahead and select the highlight button and you'll start highlighting. Okay. You've got the glossary, all of the terminology in alphabetical order, and you've got flashcards that will help you study the vocabulary. Okay. You've got the word, you flip the card, and you've got the definition. Okay, so these are all wonderful resources that you have related to the ebook. Okay, so please feel free to navigate, explore. You're not going to break anything. Go ahead and do that. Okay, now that is the ebook. It reads to you. You can do notes. You have a glossary. You've got flip cards. Once you're done with your reading, then what I recommend is that you take your quiz. I'm going to show you what a quiz looks like. Okay. Now this is my introduction to accounting 1 class. Okay. The tests or quizzes may differ in length depending on the course that you are taking. But this is what you're going to get. You're going to get a message. This is your test, chapter 2 quiz. Okay. So we have a difference between test and assignments. A test is timed. So all of your quizzes will be called a test, okay? But they're actually just quizzes. It's just that because they're timed, then they become an actual test assignment, okay? Your homework will be a regular assignment. For that one, you don't have any time limitation. You can take as long as you want on your quiz, on your homework, I'm sorry. You can save your work. On your quizzes, once you begin your quiz, you must finish the quiz. You cannot save it. You cannot resume later. Okay, so please make sure that you are aware of that. On your quiz, once you begin it, you must finish it. You have 2 takes on the test. You have 1 hour to complete the quiz. And then it says if you're ready, click the start now message. Okay, so what do we know? We know that we have 2 attempts for your quizzes. We know that we have 60 minutes to complete the test or the quiz. Okay, whenever you're ready, you can just click the start test now. Okay. So you click the start test now, and you have 15 questions, okay? So you go one by one and you answer it, okay? And I'm not going to read the questions. I'm just going to put whatever, okay? Just so you can see that it's auto graded, okay? So you just answer all of the questions. Whatever, I'm just going to do whatever. And answer them one by one. Okay. You get the motion. You go through all of them, answer them to your understanding. And then once you're done with all of them, I'm just going to jump up to the last one and just guess it. And then you have some options down here. So let's say you're working on this problem and you have a question about it. You can email the instructor. There's a button here. I will get a copy of the question. That way I can see what you're asking. Okay, and then you can type a message to me. Miss, I'm having issues with this problem. I think the system is wrong. It should be letter C, but it counted it wrong, or whatever the case might be. Okay, so you type me a message, and then I'll have I'll have a visual of what you're looking at. Okay, so you have an option to email the instructor or to submit the assignment for grading. Okay, but make sure I left some blanks because I was not going to go through all of them. You will be filling all of them in. Okay. So please make sure that that you answer all of the questions, okay, before you submit it. So I've got a couple of blank ones, but this is just for illustration. I am ready to submit for grading, okay? It's giving me a warning that there are some unanswered questions. Do I want to proceed? Normally, I would not. I need to make sure I go back and answer all of my questions. So If you are ready to go back to complete the questions you're missing, you continue taking the assignment. If you say, hey, no, I'm ready to submit it for grading, even though I missed a couple, I click the submit for grading button. Okay. So automatically it gives you your grade. I got a 33 on it. Okay. So that tells me I need to take it again. I have a second attempt. Remember, I always keep the highest grade. So you will automatically get your grade. It's telling you you have one more attempt on it. Okay. And then you can go back and view the test results. Okay. So I don't know. I've set it up to where the test results are available to you after the assignment closes. So for the most part, the assignments are open Monday through Sunday. Then on Monday of the following week, you will have access to the correct answers. That way you can study and prepare. And to access your answers, you simply go to your gradebook, locate the assignment, open it up, and then it'll have all of the feedback. Now, if you did not answer a question, you will not have any feedback. You must complete the assignment to be able to get feedback. Okay? So, that is what a quiz looks like. They're multiple choice, fill in the blank questions, and they're timed. Okay? Homework assignments are not timed. You can take as long as you want on them. Okay? So, this is an example of some homework problems that you're going to see. So once again, it's telling you you're going to work on chapter 2 homework. You have 2 attempts. This is the first take and the due date. Okay, so let's start the assignment. Okay, so you have 6 homework problems. Okay, so let's say that on your homework, okay, I give you check my works. Now, depending on the class that you're taking, the check my works might be 3 check your works, 5 check your works. Excuse me, those are the 2 most common check your works that you have. Well, what does it mean check your work? Okay, so let's say for example I am working on this problem. Okay, it says letter E. I received cash from a client for professional services. So what did I get? I got cash for what? For professional services. So let's put that here. Okay. Okay. So I would do all of the ones. Okay. I would do letter E through K. I don't want to check my work until I'm done. Okay. I'm not going to do the whole problem for you. I'm just going to do 2 kind of like to illustrate. Paid office rent for 500. So I've got less 500 and I've got an expense of 500. Okay. And then rent expense. Okay. So what you would normally do is fill out the entire problem. Okay. All of it. Do all of the problem. And then you check your work. Okay. Now you see here, everything that I've done is correct. It gives you a check mark. Okay. Now let me do one that is wrong. Okay. Paid February phone bill, $73. Okay. Let's say I entered the wrong amount and the wrong account. Okay. Let me do 73 here and let me do 75. So you see I have 2 different amounts and one of them is incorrect. So let's see what happens when I check my work. Okay, and I left this blank. Okay, so you see here it's marking it wrong. Okay, now that I know that it's marked it wrong, I can go ahead and focus on those X's. Assuming that you've completed all of the problem, you'll see all of the check marks and all of the X's, and then you will focus on fixing all of your X's. Okay, so let's say we paid our what were we paying? We are paying the phone bill, $73. So we're going to go ahead and pay the phone bill for $73, and this is the phone expense, and then you check your work. Okay, and now I fixed it, and now I've got my check marks. Okay, so my recommendation when you're working out your problems and you have checked your works is that you complete all of the problem, then you check your work, and then you are working on the corrections as you go. Once you deplete all of your check your works, you will be forced to move on to the next problem. Okay, so this is how it works. You have your check your work button down here. You've got access to the ebook. This particular problem deals with learning objective 3 or 4. So if you want to review the content related to this problem, you just click on these links and it'll take you to the ebook. Okay, the problem also has a show me how video. If you click on it,
This exercise provides
Okay. So if you see you have a video that you can listen to, it's a short video, 4 minutes long, that will help you solve that specific problem that you're working on. So you've got your show me how video. You can print the item. A lot of students like to print them out and work them out on paper. That is perfectly fine. You have access to do that. Okay. So let's say you're working on this problem and the system's counting something wrong and you're confused and you want me to look at it. Okay. You have the option to email me. Once you email me, it'll create me a link to this problem so I can look at your work. Okay. So let's say you're working on the homework, because remember, we are very organized. It's Wednesday night. I'm working on my homework. I've completed the first problem. I have to step out and cook dinner. Okay? So if you have to stop what you're doing to do whatever it is that you need to do, you have an option down here to save and exit. What that will do is will save your work and it will exit it. Okay? And then you have the option for submit assignment for grading. That should only be selected when you're done with all of your problems. Okay? Once you're done with all of your problems, then you submit for grading. Okay? So you basically go over the examples and you mark them off. I'm just going to mark a couple right and a couple wrong once again so you can see. So I'm going to do that wrong. That way you can see. And that one, I'm just going to show you these. Some of them are right, some of them are wrong. I'm going to go ahead and check my work. So you see, my first one is all correct. My second one is wrong. Rent expense, I put liability. It should be an expense account, and it does go on the income statement. Accounts payable is a liability, but it should go on the balance sheet. I've made my corrections. I check my work, and now everything is correct. Okay? So you basically have to work. That is why I recommend that you do all of it first. Once you've completed all of your work, then you check your work. Okay? So that is what's going to happen with your homework. You've got some problems have videos, others don't. Like for this problem, you don't have a video provided. You can always refer to your ebook, or more than likely, I've created a lecture for this. Go back to Blackboard so you can watch over this video that I've recorded a lecture for. Okay. So here we have the ebook section, the video, and you can print it to be able to complete your income statement. Okay. So this is how your homework looks like. They are problem based, so you're provided with scenarios and you have to analyze it and answer the specific questions. And your options are to email the instructor, to save and exit. That will allow the system to save your work. That way next time you log in, everything is safe for you. And then if you are done with all of the questions, you submit the assignment for grading. I'm going to go ahead and submit it. It's giving me a warning because I haven't finished all of my work, but I just want to show you that you will get your automatic grade. I got a 15.86 on it. Okay, so it's very important you get your grade and you go back, review, and then you give it another try. Remember, I encourage all of my students to use the second attempt. I always keep the highest grade. Okay, so that is how a homework assignment looks like. Okay. Now for week 1, you do have a tutorial video. I recommend that you complete that first before you do anything else, because it is going to show you how to navigate Cengage. Okay, so this assignment is intended to train you on the different resources of Cengage and how to go ahead and complete different things. The first one is how to navigate Cengage, taking your assignments, using the multiple panel view, feedback, how to get your feedback, the adaptive study plan. So you see here it says watch the how to navigate video. You click on the link. It'll open up a video for you.
Navigating Cengage Now V2. Welcome to Cengage Now V2. Cengage Learning's premier online learning tool for
Okay, so you see you have a video, you watch the video, and then once you're finished watching the video, you answer your questions. Remember, this is a homework assignment. It is not timed. You can take as long as you want. Okay, So, for the most part, you'll have a short video and then you answer questions. The video will show you how to complete specific tasks in Cengage. Okay, so make sure that you complete that there. Okay, so let's go back to just the regular Cengage so I can show you the other tabs that we have available. Okay, it's loading. Mind you, mine does look a little bit different than yours because I am an instructor, but you should have a tab that says assignments. Under the tab, you will see all of the assignments that are upcoming listed. As you can see here, these are all of the assignments that I have created for you. Okay, all of these are assignments that I have created for you. You will eventually have access to them. They will open up on specific dates, usually on Monday morning. That way you have all week to work on them. Okay, so you on the assignments, you'll find your list of the assignments that you need to complete. Okay, the gradebook will populate automatically as you're completing your assignments. Okay, once you complete your assignments, like right now it says not taken. Once you begin completing your assignments, you'll get a grade in Cengage, and then that same grade will transfer over to your gradebook in Blackboard. Okay, so make sure that you look over at your gradebook all of the time to make sure that you are monitoring it. Okay, then we have study tools available. You've got an adaptive study plan. If you feel that you need extra help understanding the content, these adaptive study plans are a great tool. They're customized to your needs depending on how you perform on a pre-assessment. It'll identify the areas that you need to improve and it'll target those specific areas. Now, if you do the adaptive study plan, that is not for a grade. That will not hurt you. It is just there as an additional resource so you can utilize and be better prepared. Okay. You've got the ebook available and access to Office 365. Okay, so these are just additional resources that come along with the textbook information. And I've reviewed the adaptive study plans and they're wonderful because they cater to each student's specific needs. Every student might have a different area that they're struggling with, their strengths and their weaknesses. So the system takes all of that into consideration to prepare you and help you in those areas where you're lagging. Okay, so in Cengage, you'll have your assignments that you're going to be looking at, the list of the assignments, your gradebook. As you're completing the assignments, that information will populate in here. And then the different study tools that are provided in case you need access to the ebook or to your adaptive study plan. And a reminder, if you do the adaptive study plan, it will not hurt you. It can only help you better understand the information. Okay, so to recap, how do we access our assignments in Cengage? You just click any of the links and it will take you to the assignment to be able to complete it. Okay, so remember, if you have any issues with Cengage, make sure that you contact. If you under Cengage resource links, you have an option for Cengage technical support. You just click on the link and it will redirect you to Cengage to where they're able to assist you either by phone, chat, or whatever the case might be. Okay, so here you have the support services. You're going to select that you are a student, and then you want personalized support. You have issues with product activation or any additional helpful resources. You either sign in if you have an account or you create an account depending on what is the option for you. Okay, but a lot of resources are provided for you. That way you can be able to succeed and be able to understand the information provided. Okay, so every week you're just going to come into the folder that you're working on. You're going to open it up and then you're just going to go to the link. Well, let me read. Let me do the tutorial. Let me do the quiz. And let me do the homework. For chapter 2, week 1, let me go ahead and review the information under the model overview. Read the chapter, take the quiz, and do the homework. Okay, so the logistics is very simple, very easy to follow. You just have to select the links and it'll take you there. Just a reminder, if you do have an Apple device, make sure that you contact Cengage support immediately so you can get the support and get up and running fast, because there is no time to lose during a summer session because we are very tight on time. Okay, So that happens. That's basically all I have for you for Cengage. Make sure that you review the resources under the start here. You've got two links dealing with Cengage. And then if you have technical difficulties for Cengage support, you've got the Cengage technical support link here. And all of the information is provided. Remember, for homework and quizzes, you have 2 attempts. I keep the highest grade. The homework is not timed. You can save your work. The quizzes are timed. You must, once you start them, you must finish them. Okay? That's just a rule of thumb here for quizzes. Okay? So that is what's going to be happening. If you have issues setting up your account, whatever the case might be, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Because like I stated earlier, we are very limited on time because these are summer sessions. Okay, so that is it for me dealing with Cengage. We've already covered. Let's see what we covered. We've already covered what is Cengage. We already covered how to create your account. The first time that you log in, it will take you to the motion, the prompts to be able to create your account. How to access it, I've already showed you how to select the link in Blackboard and it'll redirect you to Cengage. We reviewed the assignments tab that shows the list of all of your assignments. We reviewed the gradebook tab. As you're completing your assignments, your grades will populate into your gradebook. And then we did review the resources, the study materials, the ebook, all of that good stuff. Okay, so that is basically it for this lecture. If at any point in time you have questions, concerns, need help, whatever it is that you have, please communicate with me and I will be more than happy to assist you. I wish you all a wonderful summer session, a wonderful and productive summer session because we have a lot of work ahead of us, okay? So I wish you a great learning adventure here with me. Anything you need, please feel free to contact me. So I'm going to let you all go so you can begin working on your assignments. You are done with the third orientation video. Now please proceed to going to week 1, creating your Cengage account, begin reading, and begin completing your assignments. That is it for me today. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.